With over 300 days survived building a Dwarven Empire, our hardcore survival world is really shaping up. Today we're going to raid the Nether to attempt to obtain all of these. For our first Netherite pickaxe, so we can build a Dwarven Super Smelter, I hope you'll consider hitting that sub button. Strap yourself in, folks, it's gonna get real exciting. Okay, one quick thing that I want to tick off the list is just getting round to actually putting in a hopper and some chests. Now that we've got an iron farm up and running, we can afford to do this. So let's get this put into place so that we can actually gather the loot, just in case we ever want to use it in the future. So now that we've got the loot set up for the skeletons, I'm turning my attention towards trying to get some enchanting ready. So we actually went ahead and made 34 bookshelves. Now I am really sorry about this zombie. He was the guy from over there, but a baby zombie spawned from somewhere. I'm not really sure where. So we'll just go ahead and get him away, just so he's not as loud. But I'm sure many of you are more than familiar with the way that you set up enchanting rooms. Is you just do a that's gonna cause a... God damn it. Oh well, it's a good job we had more than what we actually needed. And then all we have to do is just make a second layer to this, like so. Now that should, in theory, if we go ahead and remove our helmet maybe first, put our helmet in, it should give us the level 30 enchants. But I think if we maybe leave this clear and we can add in a sort of pillar there in some manner, then maybe we just do like you like this for now, and then do you along here. We could have done with not breaking one book. And that would have given us the last one to put down there, and it would have been absolutely fine. But we have a lot of decorating to do in here. I am familiar that, and I am aware that we do need to do some decorating, but we'll do it in another point of maybe this video or a future video, who knows. Take off all of our armor. I don't know what we're getting here, and I know that you can unroll it. So we got Protection 3, Aqua Affinity, Unbreaking 3, Protection 3, Unbreaking 3, Unbreaking 3, Protection 3. The protection isn't great, but it is going to be helpful for that little bit extra survival. We had enough emeralds, so we can go ahead and buy an enchanting book of mending and go and put this on. I don't know whether or not to put it on my helmet or if I should put it on my sword. So maybe we'll go and have a look at how much it's going to cost to repair both of those. Just a little bit for this bastion run. And then what we can do is put the mending book on the sword, and then now we can actually go ahead and start using the diamond sword to kill off the skeletons in the farm, and we'll get more loot with it as well because it's got loot in 3. So it works around all words. It works out well all around to do that. So we're gonna go get a few more levels, get back up to 30 so we can enchant the boots, then we'll go from there. Well, we didn't really get anything good on our boots. We got Protection 4 and Depth Strider 3, which is not my idea of a good enchant. But anyway, we're going to prep ourselves, and before we do anything in this episode, we're going to head back to the Nether, because if we can get a Nether upgrade this early on in the episode and in the series in general, it's going to set us up, and we're going to have that little bit more protection moving forward, and it's going to look a little bit cooler for being a dwarf than diamond, in my opinion. And we also need to get some blaze rods anyway, because we want to start getting some potions made so we can bring back the villager that is now a zombie, and also we can start making some potions in preparation for fighting the ender dragons. So that's something that we want to do, all the meanwhile making progress in our base. So let's get to it. So there's nothing more fitting than staring at the Balrog head right now, because we are about to journey into the Nether, and we're about to take on a bastion and a Nether Fortress. So we are going to charge in and head straight towards the bastion in hopes of trying to get our very first Netherite upgrade, so that we can then duplicate it using diamonds that we're going to have to mine for, but then that'll give us our first set. But this is going to be a long time for me. This is probably going to be a 1 to 2 hour grueling journey of slowly wading our way through the bastion, whilst you guys get to see the cut down version, which is probably about to be a very quick cut montage. Well, we got the achievement. Those were the days. Well, there's our first brute. Burn him off. I don't have beef with you. Bear with me. I'm going to go and dig up some of this here. So I do know not to actually attempt to loot the chest just yet because it'll aggro all the piglings, which we don't want to do. Right, there's the middle. So we may have actually done ourselves a service here. Build a roof over our head just so nobody's going to drop on our head. Now there is a brute over there, so that's going to be a bit of an issue. I think we need to keep building above our heads. I'm scared of them landing on my head here. He's going to be an issue because if he attacks me, he might push me into the lava. So I think we need to build up a bit of a room here. There we go. Before we go ahead and open it, I've sort of just had to take a step back to try and evaluate how we're going to do this. I think what we do is we build up the sides here, then build you up there. Oh, my hands are shaking so much. You have no idea. This is the first time I've ever been in a bastion, and all I've got to go off is one video that I watched, and I think this one has the center one is like the treasure room, I think, where the gold blocks are. That's as much as I know. Has a chance of giving a Netherite upgrade. Oh my god, my heart is pounding. Oh, I don't have any more building blocks. I don't think I'm going to be able to... Oh, I'm not going to be able to open it if I do that. I don't know if mining it with an axe is going to make this any easier. So I think I might just have to open it, loot it and run. So I need to make sure that I've got enough space in my inventory because I don't know what's in here. Oh, my heart. My breathing's so heavy. Let's go, go, go. Yes, get in! I can't even... How do I loot it fast? Wait, they didn't... War pig's hidden in this... Oh! Is he going to attack me? No. Oh my god, run, run, run. Oh! We got it! Is this it? Netherite upgrade, yes! Oh my god. Oh my god, I actually told myself the other day that I was probably never going to get Netherite in this series because I just didn't want to face it, but I did it for the content, alright? I did it for you guys. Okay. Oh. We've had a bit of a chill. I made a post on our YouTube community section about what we've just been through, and it's allowed me to kind of just chill out and just take a deep breath and just ground myself on where we are. So we're going to head over and we're going to try and get some blaze rods and some nether wart. So there's two goals for this run: get blaze rods, get nether wart, get enough blaze rods so that we don't have to come back, get enough nether warts, and so that we can make a farm in our dwarven base somewhere, and we'll never have to come back for that either. So the goal is to basically get enough materials so we don't ever have to come back to this place. Well, it's definitely a Nether Fortress. We just need to fathom out now the best strategy. I think the best strategy to get over there is to just maybe run over. Okay, 2 shots of my bow seems to kill them, so that's given me a little bit more confidence in managing to get through this place. Okay, this is not quite going in the direction that I was hoping to. I was kind of hoping I'd find a open room with a staircase that we could climb. But is this not a... Nether warts! Yes! We'll take all of the nether warts we can get. Right, there's number 1 out the way. Oh! 16 blaze rods and counting. Okay, so our gold boots are almost destroyed, so we're going to head back to the overworld where we can safely and securely store all of our nice new gotten shiny goods, and we can then move on to starting to work on building the extra things that we want to get done. But first, we just need to find our flipping way back, because this place is a maze. Oh, here's the stairway. Right. So this should be a straight stair down. Oh. Well, that's always a good find. But why are we on 50? Wow. 4 ancient debris this trip. You just can't go wrong. Well, that's new. We should probably be a little bit more careful about this and probably place down a few more floors, because we don't want to run out of there and die. And we're back at our base, and to say that was a successful trip would be an understatement. Not only have we managed to get 4 ancient debris so we can actually upgrade something to netherite straight away, we also managed to get a smithing template which gives us the ability to actually upgrade to netherite. And then we got 17 nether warts so we can actually start making some potions. We also got blaze rods which we can make, turn these 14 blaze rods into blaze powder, and there we are, we can put them back in there. And we also got 8 magma cream so that we can actually make some very basic fire protection potions, so that going back to the nether does not seem as daunting. So in terms of actual Minecraft progress, the next thing we need to do is go and get some diamonds, because we did get 3 out of looting and we only have 1 left because we used some to repair some of the armor because we don't have mending on it yet. But that's probably going to be in the next couple of episodes to come, because as you guys know, building a Dwarven Empire means a lot of digging and a lot of building and a lot of planning. And we've got a lot of things in the plans that we need to get done. So we are going to move on from gathering resources and making progression right now into fixing the iron farm. Yes, it's broken again. I am that stressed out at the situation of the iron farm breaking all the time. This is twice the zombie has despawned now that I got sick and tired, and I just took the zombie villager over from the library, and he's got an item in his hand, he's in a boat, and we've named him. Do you like it? You should do it though. But yeah, so we've actually gone ahead and given him an item, put him in a boat, and given him a tag. So there should be 0 reason for the iron golem farm to not work right now. Like, it should be working 100% going forward. So all we need to do is just go ahead, block this up, and then this should, in theory, start working again. Well, it seems like it's working again. We've just checked the chest. I went AFK to basically get some mending done on the pickaxe whilst we were waiting, and we seem to have half a stack almost already, so I would consider that a great success. So we've been to the nether, we've repaired our farm, now we need to turn our attention to the next big thing that's going to happen in this world, and this is basically going to cover probably the next 2 or 3 big projects in this world. So what we need to do is we actually need to go ahead and clear out all of this dripstone and basically level out this entire cave. Not all the way down, just at this level. We do not want to go down below into that big dark space just yet, because when we do, it'll unveil something dark. Okay, it won't, but, you know, we've already found the Balrog. There's not really much else that Moria could dig deep enough for. But we want to basically transform this area ready for some epic builds, one of which is going to be in the second half of this video. So let's time-lapse this, because this is probably going to take me a long time. But let's get to work, shall we? If you'll remember, back in the previous episode, we built this waterfall which was designed to come up from the surface or be the rainwater that's collected through the mountain that gathers here. Then what we said we were going to do is take it through here, out the corner, and then create a cool waterfall. Now we actually have to go and do that because of two reasons. One, I've came up with a new idea with the waterfall that's going to look really awesome down below, but also I need to know where the waterfall is going to land because it may interrupt a build plan I have. Iron bars are in place. Now, can we waterlog these? Ah, we can. So now all we have to do is just waterlog each iron bar. Install the water underneath, and it's now flowing over the edge. Well, it doesn't look fantastic with the shaders, I'm not going to lie. We may need to make some tweaks to the water a little bit. And we also have to move it over a couple more blocks. But with the build that I've kind of got planned, we can kind of anticipate this water a little bit better. So what the water is going to do is we're going to have more fencing running along here, but the water is going to flow down directly here. So we are going to have to dig this out and mine all of this area out, because this is where the water is going to flow down. But for now, it'll do. I'm not going to sort of give away the design yet because I want to work on that in the next video. But there's going to be a tall tower that goes all the way from the ground all the way to the roof. Then the water is going to be all around it. Whoa. Hello. It's rain and glow. Hallelujah, it's rain and glow. Ooh, yeah, dance. Oh, that was... Okie dokie, so the first step, oh, I don't know what that voice break was all about. So the first step in building this furnace is I actually want to mark out the outer area. So I'm going to mark the circle on the floor using andesite and cobblestone, just so we can see where it's going to go. And if it cuts into the mountain, that's absolutely fine, because we do kind of want it to be sort of half hidden anyway, so that it can look cool and look a part of the old underground system. So let's get to work. And it was at this point that I realised that we just did not have enough wood to make chests for the hoppers that we would need to get this build done, which meant we had to go on a wood run, but the axe was almost broke, so we needed to add mending. And we did that by going to the last villager that we had in the breeder and turning him into an archer so that we could trade sticks for emeralds, and then we got on with gathering some wood. Okie dokie then, I would like to thank Radical Elder for this design. He has used Shulkercraft, I believe, Lava Farm design, but then he designed this automatic smelter around that design. So really, a big thank you to you, dude. I don't know if you're ever going to watch this video, but if you do, I really appreciate your effort into building this. I built this simply because I really thought this was the best design and sort of fit the kind of dwarven engineering of the world that we are trying to build in hardcore. So the way that it works is pretty simple. It's a 2-in-1 lava farm as well as a automatic smelter. So the way that it works is you enable this by hitting this lever twice quite quickly, and it will send these cauldrons around. In fact, I can show you a quick example. And the cauldrons will now just circulate in one circular motion, and they'll fill up as they go around from the drip zone lava above it. Then all you need to do is stand over here and just hold down right click. So it is semi AFK, so as I wait for the lava to come round, you stand and hold right click, it'll fill up the bucket will go into there, into this system, up there, pass along here, and then if we just turn this off, the buckets of lava come up here into this system upstairs. Then if I just place down a block here, it comes into this chest, then the moving minecart will come round and disperse the buckets amongst this furnace. As you can see, these are already lit up because I tried to film this once before, but I wanted to do a retake. And then all you have to do is just come up here and place whatever it is you want to actually smelt or cook into here. So I've actually got a stack of raw beef. Obviously it won't be as fast as it can be because we haven't filled up every furnace with a lava bucket, but what should happen is that should fill up into the hopper, and when the minecart comes around, what should happen is it should fill up, and what it should have done, I obviously need to troubleshoot this because I haven't done it properly, but what it should have done is filled up, activated this, and then sent the minecart back out. So we obviously just have to keep this turned on for now, and it should distribute all the meat evenly throughout all the furnaces. So if we come over here, we can see that the beef is being cooked, and then after it's cooked, it will pass along the system, come out, and as you can see, we are cooking it pretty fast. Now, it's not as fast as it can be because, like I said, we haven't got it fully filled up with lava buckets, but that's not the point. I just wanted to showcase it working and kind of how it works, and I'll obviously need to AFK in order to get this system fully functioning and built. But the next thing we need to move on is to designing and building up the space around it. As you can see, we've marked out a large circle, and this is because of the building design that we're going to go for. Now, I don't have an exact build in mind. I do think, before we actually go ahead and start this time lapse, that it is time. By the way, if you're old enough to understand that reference, we're probably old enough to be friends, right? But I think it's time that we go ahead and upgrade our pickaxe to netherite, and we can focus on getting our armor and everything else up to netherite in the next episode. But we're about to do a bunch of mining for building materials for this time lapse, so I thought it would be best to get netherite on the pickaxe. But as I'm saying this, I'm realizing we don't have enough gold, so I'm gonna have to go mining for gold. Well, I've committed to this now, so I'll be back in a second. Well, that was an unintended find. Ha ha. Oh, and there's more than enough here. Fantastic. I am more than aware that we really do need to get fortune on our pickaxe, by the way. You don't need to mention it. Seriously. By the way, I realised that I just said that quite menacingly. I didn't intend it to come across that way. It just sort of slipped out. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, okay? Please. So all we need to do is make our smithing table, is what it's called nowadays. Now all we need to do in the crafting table is make a netherite ingot. Oh boy, we're doing it, boys. We're girls. Yes, I am aware that there's girls watching this as well. Oh, I almost forgot. Before we do that, we need to duplicate the smithing template. And oh, that would have been nasty, because that meant we would have had to have gone into another thing just to duplicate that. So now we craft that with 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7 diamonds and the original smithing template, and we'll get 2 smithing templates. So we just need to go ahead and craft that, and then I think we can actually go ahead and craft that again. So we've actually got 3. This is it. This is the time, our first ever netherite tool. So we put the ingot in there. No, we put the tablet in there. Then we put the weapon in there, and then the ingot. Done. Now there's absolutely no better time to talk to you guys about the build. because one thing that I've realized very quickly in doing a little bit of research over the last couple of weeks is that contrast between the build and the background is huge when it comes to making builds look really good in the world, and not just in the world but also in thumbnails. So I'm kind of conflicted. Should I just make the entire cave a stone and andesite mix so that the whole cave is grey and then just build in deep slate? Or should I keep the stone and deep slate blend and just build the contrasting buildings with the contrasting blocks? So in the stone level above, I would use deep slate to build, and then in the deep slate level, I'd use stone to build. Or should I make the cave all one colour and just decorate it and make it look a bit natural? I really wanted to put this onto you guys so you guys could decide, because at the end of the day, I am absolutely loving this series, but I'm doing it to entertain you guys, and I want you guys to have your input on this build just as much as my input, because that's what I like to do in my builds. I like to include the community's thought process and ideas into the world, so let me know in the comments. But we are now at 4 days played, and that means that we are on roughly day 321, and I know that we've not really had the fastest progress. You know, sometimes I do sit there and kind of judge myself in relation to other hardcore content creators, others that have been doing this for, I know some of these have been doing them for years, but some people can get to complete Minecraft within the 100-day limit very, very easily, and then they focus on doing all of the big builds, whereas I'm kind of doing it the other way around, where I'm kind of focusing on the builds and just progressing through Minecraft when it feels like I need to. Like, I really do feel like we are slowly getting to the point where we are probably going to need to get an elytra soon, because I want to start scaling up these builds and doing a lot more mining and kind of decorating, and I'm going to have to like climb all the way up to the top of these and like strip the walls back and things. But the next video is going to be interesting, because we are going to basically transform this entire cave. Now, unfortunately, guys, it is the end of the video, but before you click off the video and before you go elsewhere, just wanted to say a huge thank you to everybody for watching the series. Hugely appreciate it, and I appreciate that we are sort of very slowly but surely making progress. But that's it for me. I've been the Mike James, also known as It's Me, Mickey T, and I hope you guys have a wonderful weekend or a wonderful week wherever you are. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye!